Get leverage on yourself. Procrastination is when we associate pain and discomfort to taking an action, and we choose to put it off even though we know it's in our best interest to do it. Typically, we don't take action until the pain of not doing it outweighs the pain of actually doing it. For example, suppose that in a week we had to take a big test, and we know we should start studying, but we don't like studying. So, we put off studying for a day. We put it off for another day, and another day. Until finally the pain of not acting starts to become great. You start to feel anxiety. In that moment where we finally realize that, you know what, if we don't take action now, we could actually fail the test, and that thought is really painful, we finally sit down and do the studying. So how can we overcome this? Well, we do it by getting leverage on ourselves and asking ourselves two questions. The first question is, what do we suffer from not taking action? The second question is, what do we benefit from taking action? So let's go back to our example of studying for that test. What do we suffer if we don't study for the test? Well, one would be anxiety. We're going to have a lot of anxiety that's going to build and build and build. Another thing we might suffer is a poor performance. If we don't end up giving ourselves enough time to study, we might perform poorly on the test. A third possible thing we might suffer is a negative self-image. Because if you procrastinate enough, sometimes you start labeling yourself as a procrastinator and develop a limiting self-belief that that's just who we are. That's just not true. It's just a bad habit we picked up. Now, what do we have to benefit from studying? Well, one is once we knock it out, we can enjoy the rest of our day. There's no anxiety. We can just let loose and have fun. A second thing we might benefit from is performing better. If we ensure that we give ourselves enough time to get in all the studying we need to do, well, our chances of performing better are higher. And third, we could benefit from having a more positive self-image about ourselves. We develop confidence in ourselves when we exhibit self-discipline, and when we do what we know we need to do to be successful. So, in those moments where you feel like procrastinating, get leverage on yourself by asking yourself those two questions. One is, what do we suffer from not taking action? And what do we benefit from taking action?